And with just annualized rate of return of 10%, you can turn $500 per month into $1 million. And that is just off of one saving from 3 major expenses. My biggest financial flex is being a proud owner of not just one vehicle, but 2 vehicles over 200,000 miles. Why is that a flex? Because our top 3 expenses are housing, transportation, and groceries. If we stack savings on all those top 3 major expenses and many other smaller ones, those stacked savings can go toward investing for your future. By buying cars that were used well over 100,000 miles in cash, I did not have to have any car payments. Not only that, I also save money on insurance. Instead of having a full coverage, I have PLPD. The first car that exceeds 200,000 miles is my Millionaire. It's a convertible. It is currently sitting at just over 211,000 miles. Unfortunately, it is currently in the shop because it is not starting. Even if I have to pull in $1,000 or $1,500 to get it back up again, it is still worth the investment. Because over 16 years, I get to enjoy the open air. I get to drive and feel the breeze and enjoy life for just $2,500. My second vehicle over 200,000 miles is the Yukon XL. I bought that car because we had a family of 6 and we take our family to camping, skiing, and snowboarding. So having that big vehicle to haul not only people but also equipment around, it was a great investment. I bought that truck around 140,000 miles, $10,000 cash. And when it was decommissioned in 2024, it had well over 223,000 miles. That SUV has been replaced with a Toyota pickup truck. I bought it in 2024 for, guess what? $10,000 cash again. And now it has about 170,000, just over 170,000 miles. And when I purchased it, it was around 142,000 miles. I am proud to talk about owning high mileage vehicles that are known for reliability and serve my purpose, serve my needs. A convertible is for me to enjoy the sun, for me to enjoy the open air, and to enjoy the road. The Yukon that I had was to haul a family of 6, as well as the skiing and snowboarding equipment and towing the kayak, etc. The Toyota pickup also served its purpose. Since our 2 oldest kids have been out of the house for many years now, we don't need a 6-seaters anymore. So the Toyota pickup truck is a perfect fit because it still hauls the 3 people we have in the household. At the same time, it can haul our kayaks. We can put in the bed of the truck, or we can also put in the utility kayak trailer. The advantage of buying those cars in cash from $2,500 to $10,000, I don't have to have full coverage on any of those vehicles. So I only put PLPD. And depending on the vehicle, the difference between PLPD and full coverage can be, $75 up to $150. Let's just be conservative. Let's say I save money on $100 per month on just having PLPD. And by not having a car payment now ranges between $300 all the way up to $700, depending on what car you have, brand new cars. Let's just be conservative, $400 per month saving. So $400 of not having car payment, $100 of having less on insurance, now that is $500 per month. When you put that $500 per month into the stock market with an annualized return of 10% for 30 years, that turns into over $1 million. Even with inflation, it still gives you a nice sum of money to pull from. If you think 30 years is long, I challenge you to think again. At least that's how I used to think when I was in my 20s. But now I am 48, almost turning 49. And I feel really young, and I can do a lot of things that my 20s could do. So imagine having over $1 million to extract 4% from, which is about $40,000. You can do a lot. Passive income without having to rely on active income. And that is just often one saving from 3 major expenses. What happened if you save on housing? What happened if you save on groceries and many other smaller habits? And when you stack all those savings up, instead of having $1 million in 30 years, you can have 1.5, 2, or 3 millions. It depends on how much you make and how much you save based on your expenses. The higher your savings rate, the faster you can have your future the way you envision it. Unfortunately, I wasn't as wise as I am today. When I was in my 20s and early 30s, I had this YOLO mindset. You only live once. I financed an SUV. I leased a nice sport luxury coupe, and I spent on many luxury items, luxury goods. If I had the same mindset as I do now when I was in my early 20s, I could have set myself up in a much better position today. I am still in a great position. I am still blessed because I had a true freedom. Freedom to choose where to work, when to retire, when to pursue my passion and purpose, where work is not have to, but get to. But I could have even more money to provide me even more freedom. But you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did. If you're young and you start to earn money, try to have as much as savings rate as possible and put that into the stock market. You don't have to buy individual companies. You don't have to buy the next Amazon, the next Google, the next Nvidia. You can buy a basket of fund, the top 500 US company, WOO, VOO, or VTSAX, total stock market. Those stocks, those fund has an annualized return around 10%. And with just annualized rate of return of 10%, you can turn $500 per month into 1 million in just 30 years. Maybe I'm getting older. When I say just 30 years, it's not that long. I am 48. I was in the workforce for 26 years. Now it has been 2 years that I'm off the corporate world. So really, 28 years is only 2 years away from 30 years. The takeaway from this is, yes, you do need a vehicle to take you from point A to point B. But do you need a luxury vehicle? Do you need a brand new vehicle? And if you have a family of 1, a family of 2, do you need a big SUV or a big truck if you don't plan to do any outdoor sport activity where you have to haul in equipment? Think about those decisions. If you buy a vehicle that takes you from point A to point B safely, economically, and reliably, then you not only save money on insurance, but you can also save money on gas. And gas, the difference between having a truck that is 13, 14 miles a gallon to a car that is 40 to 50 miles a gallon, the saving add up very quickly. So when you buy a vehicle, ask yourself, what is the need for your household? How many people do you have? What do you intend to use that vehicle for? If you live a simple life with a small family, then you don't need a big SUV to have a third row seat or even a truck. But if you do have a business or you have a big family and you plan to haul your boat or your equipment around, then having a truck serves its purpose. So be intentional on your purchases of the vehicles. Buy them based on your intended use. Buy them based on your household family size. This way, the money that you save can be a fast lane for your true freedom. As a disclaimer, I am not a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, or a financial advisor. I simply share my failures, learnings, and successes. On this channel, I talk about both wealth and health because I believe in being whole, not being partial. Wealthy, healthy, optimal life expectancy. Please consult with your expert, consult with your financial advisor, consult with your nutritionist, your doctor, before you pick any individual stocks or any basket of stocks, or before you start any new exercise program or any new nutrition program.